Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ryan with GLSCN here. We do have quite a bit to talk about in terms of our snowfall and also severe weather chances that have started to pop up. We did post on our page last night about this possibility of some severe weather coming in for Tuesday, and that does appear to be the case as more short-term models do come into play here. So first and foremost, we do have winter storm warnings in effect for portions of Wisconsin and the UP. Although that's lately the trend today has been shifting a bit further north, a little bit weaker with the overall snow. So instead of about that, 8 to 14 plus, we're looking at mainly going to be between 6 and probably 10 inches for the majority of that warning area. Not going to have those 2 feet of snow totals that we've seen posted around social media. We're not going to have that. It's going to be more so on the weaker side of things. 6 to 12 inches, though, I think is a good range for you guys up there in central Wisconsin, up through the UP of Michigan. But otherwise, it is trending weaker and also trending a little bit further north and west with the snow. Now, that is today through tomorrow morning. It changes over to rain. And at that point, we then focus on the severe weather threat, which we're going to focus in on right now. So what we do have going on here as this low progresses east northeastward, we see it develop out here in the plains. The plains have a severe threat today. Not going to affect our region here. We could see some tornadoes out to our west today. That shifts over to Iowa tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and overlap the wind shear and instability product here for you guys. Go ahead and run this through the time frame. So here we have Oklahoma area today down there. Run it through Monday. There's your Iowa threat about south central Iowa tomorrow, which is Monday. That's going to slowly, overnight Monday, the low moves off to the east. And by Tuesday afternoon, we start seeing the overlap of wind shear and instability in Illinois here. This is Tuesday morning. This is 6 a.m. local time, central time out there. That's going to progress eastward as the day goes on. Moisture comes up from the Gulf of Mexico. We have a thin strip of a good overlap of moisture, instability, and wind shear. What we expect to happen is a line of storms form along the cold front as the system swings through. Mainly going to affect Illinois, Indiana, perhaps Western Ohio, and perhaps also southwestern Michigan. We are seeing the overall trend of this continuing. We had one model last night really pick up on this. The GFS start picking up on it. Now all the models are picking up on it. What can we expect in terms of timing and threats, though? Let's go ahead and look at the forecasted radar here. Let's go ahead and move into, I need the, okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, let's go ahead and move into the Tuesday time frame. We're going to look at Tuesday night. We do have rain across the region. And then this line of storms that fires off in Illinois, this is what you're going to watch right here, central Illinois. This is Tuesday morning. Progresses eastward, and by Tuesday afternoon, there is your line of storms that develops across Wisconsin. I'll go ahead and zoom in here for you. You guys can get a better idea. I say Wisconsin, I meant Indiana. But here's your line of storms that develops here. Now, the wind shear profiles overlap with weaker instability. Mainly going to be a windy threat, I think, with some large hail definitely on the table with this. But the wind shear is... it's not oriented properly to be overly concerned for tornadoes, but there's a lot of spin in the atmosphere that we're not going to completely rule that out. I think there's a lot of spin with this system. I think just that alone, even though the wind shear profiles don't really scream tornadoes per se, I do think that there is a good shot that we're going to see some rotating storms. I just don't know if it's going to have enough juice to put down tornadoes or not, but it does appear to be a low-end threat for now. This is 4 p.m. Eastern time with what you're looking at here on the screen here. And that's going to be, again, for most of central Illinois or west central Illinois, all the way through Indiana, southwest Michigan, and then perhaps western Ohio. We're going to move this off into the evening time frame. This is 4. Here's 5 o'clock. We see it all the way up toward Grand Rapids area, all the way south here towards the South Indianapolis, Bloomington, Forest area. And as the evening progresses, there's 6 o'clock. It weakens as the sun goes down, but we still see some good returns here across central Indiana. So what does that mean? Basically, there is a severe threat that the SPC has put in place. I do not agree 100% on the placement of this. I think it should be further west, but also further north to account for the instability profiles that do reach from Illinois all the way up into southwest Michigan, all the way through western Ohio, even although they do have western Ohio here in this threat. It's just, I don't think it's far enough north or far enough west to cover the threat that begins. If you look back on the model here, we look at the Tuesday morning, the threat should start right about here in central Illinois. And then as that pushes eastward, it also pushes into southwest Michigan, all the way up to Grand Rapids there. We look at the overlap of ingredients as well. We see a good overlap of wind shear and also instability that does reach up into Michigan for a very brief time. Like there's your instability product reaching all the way up into the Grand Rapids area. So takeaway from this, Tuesday is a day to watch in terms of severe weather. Wind and hail, primary threats. Tornadoes are not going to be ruled out. The SPC has not mentioned that threat at this point. But looking at wind shear profiles, the spin of the atmosphere that we have, the low pressure placement, I would not be shocked to see a tornado threat be introduced. In fact, I kind of expect it at this point unless something changes. Overall, Tuesday afternoon, if you're in west central Illinois, all of Indiana, southwest Michigan, west Ohio, keep in mind you have a severe threat. It's a low severe threat for now, although we could see it be increased as we get closer to Tuesday. That's all I got for you guys in terms of severe weather. If you guys have questions, now is the time to drop them in chat. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and hop off here, and we'll go live again probably tomorrow or maybe tonight even to discuss this threat again as updated guidance from models comes out. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'll go ahead and get those answered. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. No problem, Christina. I don't even know. Help me out. I'm just going to lay off. I'm not going to pronounce that. I'm not going to try. I don't want to butcher it. Chris. Okay. Got it. No problem, Chris. Yeah, it does. For those of you who are MSC followers following us over here, we'll go live tonight, 8 o'clock. We'll discuss this more for what it means for Michigan. But overall, it's a pretty good threat that I think has materialized. Again, pretty quickly. Long-term models don't really have a good picture of this. Short-term models come into play. It's like, oh, we have a threat. Happened the last 2 times, and this seems to be the case yet again. So not surprising, but it is kind of frustrating as a forecaster to kind of see disagreement until we get to the short-term time frame. So all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and hop off here. We'll be live probably again tonight at some point. We will go live on Michigan Storm Chasers page at 8 o'clock to discuss what it means for Michigan. With that being said, I'm out of here. We'll have updates for you through the day. Stay safe, guys.